Into the Fold is a podcast on mental health issues, produced by the Hogg Foundation for Mental Health. I'm your host, Ike Evans.
I think the way we communicate about minoritized people is pretty violent, actually, in some ways. I always, when people bring this up, I actually ask them to think for a second, are we seeing white people splashed across the papers in their desecrated bodies? No, and people still care about those people who are being injured at that point. Why do you need to see images of Black people actually being killed to actually care? Why can't you just hear that a person has been hurt or murdered unlawfully, and that should be enough for you to care and to want to take action? Because I think even back in the day when, slave years and things like that, people had horrible things done to African American people. It didn't change behaviors or attitudes often. I think there is a way that I find media can be useful. I think when it has a warning to it, I think some of the videos, and some people have started doing this, of the video is actually grayed out and says only click if you want to, and there's graphic content behind this. I think that serves as a warning to African American people and other minoritized people that this may not be something they want to see, and also to really check in with themselves. Is this something I can handle right now? Because I think everybody is trying to get the word out there that this is happening, but I think we all know by now this is happening, that this is happening with police people, this is happening to minoritized people in general, that we are suffering discrimination. So why do we need to add to that? There's an article I actually read that talked about the trauma and by proxy trauma that every African American or minoritized person experiences every time they see something of that nature, like a violent video, or they read about descriptions about this. So always keeping that in the back of our minds of what is our audience and why do we need to have that violence displayed for people to care? I think it's an important thing and something I've seen across America. And I'll give an example on Twitter. A lot of people say, oh, who's a Black physician that I should follow? Instead of saying, who's a person who speaks about race or racism that I should follow? I think it pigeonholes Black people in a lot of ways to only speaking about race. The way I work against that is I actually talk about other things. I talk about loving Sailor Moon and Charmed and K-pop, and I make sure to actually weave that into some of my articles now to show that I'm much more than just somebody who is Black and gay. Those are facets of myself, but they are not all of who I am. And it also then points to a question of why are you not asking more about who I am beyond those pieces?